Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Avadon 3. Wir gehen jetzt hier rein, beziehungsweise erstmal werde ich noch den Charakteraufstieg machen. Wir gehen auf jeden Fall dann da in diese Trophy Hall und gucken mal, dass wir diese Quest abschließen können. So, hier brauchen wir noch ein bisschen Endurance. Der hatte etwas wenig Vitality im Vergleich zu den anderen. Das ja auf jeden Fall auf 7 erhöhen. Additional Level adds a 5% chance to evade enemy blows. Ja, das kann man sicherlich mitnehmen. Und weiterhin Resistance to Magic and Elemental Attacks. Ja. Superior Crafted Armor gives 4% per Level Resistance to Physical Damage. Crafted Armor. Ja, müssen wir mal gucken, dass wir... Ja, aber das ist wahrscheinlich nur der Name. Ja, ja. Okay, den haben wir. Dann hier. Hier kann weiter Stärke steigern. Der hier ist jetzt durch. Machen wir die jetzt mal auf 6 alle, würde ich sagen. Also fangen wir mit den beiden an auf 4 und dann können wir den danach auf 6 bringen und dann den auf 6. Und die Dame hier. Intelligence. Da könnten wir das hier weitermachen. All nearby allies are hasted. Ja. Das ist super. You enter the trophy hall. It's old, crumbling and damp. For centuries, this has been a repository for the history of the Wild Room. Artifacts of major battles are stored here. Whether anyone remembers what they signify is a fair question. The air is musty, but the halls are neither still nor quiet. You hear scramping and gurgling in the shadows. These crumbling old artifacts are guarded. Sentinels are roaming the corridors. You have the grim suspicion that if the guards spot you, they won't care that you're a hand. Na gut, aber wir haben ja die jetzt zum Freund, hatte der gesagt. Gurgling. Hallo Gurgling. It doesn't do anything but gurgle. Da liegt eine ganze Menge Schrott. Iron Glaive. Scheint stürzt niemanden, wenn wir das einfach rausnehmen und verkloppen. Cone Attack macht aber sehr wenig Schaden. Battle Runestone. Mal mit. Ivory Skull. Aha. Works by pack less time for abilities to recharge. Da habe ich ja mittlerweile doch eine ganze Menge von. Dann gucke ich jetzt mal hier, ob wir da nicht... Javelin. Liegt nur Mumpitz, okay. Da liegen Hörner rum. Wand of Calling. Call Major 8. Summons an ally for 10 turns. Das ist ja nur 1. Sage's Rod. Das ist zum Verkaufen. This box is full of Wild Room amulets, carved bits of bone, crude jewelry and other trophies. There's a lot of it, old and new, bearing marks from countless tribes, all jumbled together. You poke through the box and find a number of items bearing the symbols Theresia described to you. You take anything bearing the mark of a tribe. Chainmail, Leather Jerkin, das verkaufen. Resurrection, das kann man direkt verkaufen. Und dann haben wir da oben noch den letzten Raum. Ja, fertig. Mhm. Okay, dann gehen wir das hier mal weg. Ja, Corrupted Scarab ist eigentlich Unsinn. Das können die dann haben. Da, Glückwunsch. Ja. Da behalten wir mal was von. Die geht aber auch darüber. Mhm. Gut, dann zu Theresia. Wo waren die? In Kiriktor. Okay. Fünf. Nach da. Und die Quest hieß Closing up. War das die? Ne, das ist Arilda. Oder? Arilda. Da war sie nicht. Vielleicht hier unten? Ach ja, genau. Ich erinnere mich. Okay, Theresia sits at the table. She's resigned to your presence, so she has warriors bring tea for you. Still, they would all sincerely prefer it if you were somewhere else. Here are your trophies. Hand them over. To outsiders, these bones and carved rocks are just junk. When you get them out, however, the whole room grows quiet. All eyes follow you as you hand the trophies to Theresia. She puts them in a satchel and wipes a tear from her eye. She tries to speak, but she is too choked up. She simply hands you a fine buckler and a pouch of coins. Finally, she regains her composure. Your kind is not entirely without honor, and I am grateful. Any more work for me? No, I will leave her soon. I will go home one last time. Our trophies will be returned. Then I will wait for my judgment. Leave me, hand. Perhaps one day we will fight on the same side again. Until then, we are still enemies. Aha. 20% Armor ist jetzt nicht so doll. 8% Magical Damage, 5% Chance to Parry. Aber die kann kein Schild nehmen, oder? Nee. Naja. Okay. Hätten wir das erledigt, dann müssten wir jetzt noch mit dem Tinker-Dingens da weiter gucken. Also nochmal zurück. Das wäre die letzte Quest, die wir noch... Oh, das ist eigentlich noch nicht mal eine Quest gewesen. You should speak with her sometime when she's back in the hand camp. Ja. Werden wir nochmal mit allen reden. Green Refuge vom Süden aus. Silena. Nö. Nö. Let's talk about the deserter camp. I need more time. Ah ja. Wotan sits by the fire. For once he is relaxing. His ale is there, but his weapons aren't. He is quietly playing a stringed instrument, to the enjoyment of other hands. At the end of his song, he motions for you to sit with him. Glad to see you, Kordanor. I'm in a good mood, and I want to share it. Being near the corruption is very invigorating. Haben wir doch gar nicht mitgenommen. The corruption relaxes you? Really? Yes. It is dangerous and disgusting, true. However, all we are killing is mindless horrors, blobs of slime. Kordanor, I have killed many people, and it wears on me. I will not shrink from my duty, but it is nice to have rest from the hardest part of it. It's all the same to me. I sort of see what you mean. I hope we can stay here for a while. I can't wait to get out of here. I sort of see what you mean. It all has such clarity now, does it not? We go out and beat back chaos. No ambiguity, no confusion. We are simply rescuing our people from an unfortunate magical accident. There's something you may not have considered. He was reaching for his instrument, but his hand pauses. What is it? Are you so sure the creatures we are killing are mindless? We may end up needing to fight the rebels. Yes, I have not forgotten. Yet, what we do here might spare us from having to fight them. If so, that would make our time here doubly blessed. Is there anything else before I return to my music? That's all I need. Alright, when you need me, I will be ready to serve. He drinks more beer and looks for another weapon to clean. Odd. His equipment already looks immaculate. Ah ja. You visit Rudolph at his camp. He is cleaning mud off of his traveling gear and boots and trading jokes with some packed soldiers. You listen for the 100th time to the one about the Callum Sage and the Holglandian farmer. Then the soldiers leave to do a patrol. As you greet Rudolph, you notice that the gear he is cleaning is very dirty, as if he's gone on a long trip recently. However, he wasn't wearing his stuff on a mission with you. This stuff. How are you today? Alive, uninjured. The birds are chirping. My wolf is free of fleas and I am well. I hope you are the same, Kordanor. What are you doing? Just cleaning my traveling gear. Always on the road. He notes the expression on your face. He looks at the muddy boots in his lap. Something clicks. Apologies, Kordanor. I do sometimes have to take care of other bits of hand business. It will not affect my obligations to you. I really want to know where my hands are going. Rudolph is amused. Your hands? I am to aid you, it is true, but I was unaware I became your property. You will have to forgive me if I sometimes need to deal with other orders and obligations. This is very awkward, you see. I may at some point need to ask you for your help, as you are able to rely on mine. I'll just let you take care of your own business. I will help you as much as I can. You must be a new hand. Few of the more experienced of our castle caste would offer so much aid with such enthusiasm. He stands and rests his hand on your shoulder. Thank you, Kordanor. I will remember your kindness, and I hope I never have to take advantage of it. He sits back down. Please join me. Okay, that's all I need to know. Then I hope I have been of use to you, and I wish you safe travels. Okay, dann steigen wir den Tinker Mage hier noch gerade. Ja. Plöp, plöp, plöp. Und dann gehen wir nochmal rüber zu den Corruption Border und gucken wir mal, ob wir da jetzt rein können. Aber ich nehme an, dass das immer noch nicht ist. Jawohl. Ja, und dann, wenn das nicht funktioniert, dann werde ich wohl zu Avadon reisen. I'll start work when we get back to camp. Na toll. Wir können auch vielleicht hier noch reden mit der Hexe. I am bored. Anything else I can do for you? No. Dann halt nicht. Ja, Green Refuge, und dann werden wir in die Halle vom Dankekönig gehen, von der Redbeard. Und da sollte ja jetzt der Porter sein, der dann auch funktioniert. Da war ich schon dran. Da ist noch eine Tür, die wir jetzt öffnen können, nehme ich an. Wahrscheinlich seine neuen Private Quarters von hier. Ach, die Büsten, kann man die mitnehmen und verkaufen? Nein. Aber da kommen wir vielleicht später nochmal zurück. To do. Anton. Direktor, Soldaten. Ja. Rotting Burger, genau, Border, Workshop. Und dann haben wir Green Refuge. Alle von Redbeard. Ja. Gut, da müssen wir jetzt rein. Auf nach Avadon. When you are in the hand camp, visit your 5 companions often. Ja, genau. You stumble away from the portal, feeling like your body has been stretched out like taffy and shoved together again. At first, you think the ordeal of teleportation has driven you blind. Then you realize that you're in a dimly lit room. After all the stories, you expected Avadon to be huge and glorious, all statues and polished marble. You are in the catacombs. It's cold and damp, and you can see sarcophagi in the alcoves. Only one thing makes you think you are in the right place: the symbol of Avadon carved into a nearby wall. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you see something else of great interest. A lone figure is waiting for you at the far end of the hall. Aber wir wollen erstmal Sarkophage plündern. This sarcophagus contains the honored remains of a former keeper of Avadon. When you touch it, you receive a powerful, extremely painful shock. You decide to leave it alone. Interlude. The Black Fortress. At last, you have come to Avadon. The Black Fortress, battered and crumbling, it still struggles to defend the Pact. This sarcophagus, ja, genau, das ist dasselbe wie eben auch. You stumble, den kenne ich doch. Oder? Ja, ich glaube, den habe ich vorher schon mal gesehen, aber ich wusste nicht, dass es Protoss ist. You stumble through the dark hall, still dizzy, also von Avadon 1 oder 2. Still dizzy from the effects of the portal. You can't make out any details of the man waiting for you until you stumble into him. You jump back and reach for your weapon. He holds up his hands. Be calm, hand. Starting a fight now would be a fatal error. Take a step back and wait for your eyes to focus. Eventually, you make out a middle-aged Daramite. He wears dignified and very expensive robes. A gold chain bearing the symbol of Avadon hangs from his neck. He says, I am Protoss, acting keeper Protoss. I am the master of Avadon. Who am I speaking with? Step aside, I have urgent business in Avadon. Greetings, I am Hand Kordanor. I am Kordanor, Hand of Avadon and loyal servant of Redbeard. I am Hand Kordanor and it is an honor to meet you at last, Keeper. Das letzte. Protoss smiles. A respectful and diplomatic answer. Redbeard is not recruiting fools, at least. He looks at the insignia on your shoulder. You are a Hand of Avadon. You are home, young warrior. Before you can explore, though, I need to know a few things about you. I'll tell you anything, as long as Redbeard wouldn't mind. What do you need to know? Protoss chooses his first question and watches you intently as you answer. We were lucky enough to find out you were coming, and my mages diverted your arrival to here. What I don't know is, where exactly did you come here from? You did know I was coming? That is not you to know, young. That is not for you to know, young hand. I would rather not say. I am not surprised. However, you are entirely in my power now. I am acting keeper. If you don't want to spend the rest of the war in a very damp cell, you will answer my question. You've been in enough negotiations to know this. He's not bluffing. Also, the cells in Avadon are quite unpleasant. I came here from the Green Refuge. He thinks this over. Plausible. Interesting. I know you were with Redbeard, that rogue warrior. Don't bother to deny it. Tell me, where is Redbeard right now? Redbeard is very ill. You describe what happened to him in the corruption. Protoss shows no emotion. He only says, I see, not what I asked. Where is he now? I don't know. Protoss starts to challenge you. Then he thinks better of it. Even if you knew where he went, the old fox has probably gone somewhere else. I won't press the issue. You aren't with Redbeard, but now you are in my tower. and you must report to me. So report. Tell me what you have accomplished in your rogue adventures. Impress me. We kept Deles from uniting the Cimmerians. You can now negotiate peace with the Wildroom rebels. Tell Protoss about your negotiations in Kiriktor. Despite himself, he is impressed. Redbeard was very lucky when he found you. You seem like a hero of the Pact. It will be decided when the war is done. Go on. We kept Deles from uniting the Cimmerians. You tell Protoss the story. Strangely, he isn't pleased. That was a success. A victory entirely to his credit. And yours, of course. You will receive more of the credit, I think. Continue. What else? That is all I have to report. Then I have one final question, and I will allow you into the Black Fortress. This will be your home, your place of power. All I need is to believe I can trust you. I have but one more question. Your final question is? Protoss looks at you very intently. Why are you here, Kordanor? After productive months out in the wild, you suddenly slip into my fortress in the dead of night. Why? I need some things for Redbeard. Show him the letter he left for you. Nehmen wir das dritte. I can't tell you what. Protoss laughs. And I suspect you don't actually know. Redbeard trusts nobody, not even his hands. No matter, I think. I think you can be allowed in. Closely watched, of course. You have nothing to show me, but I have something to show you. Show me what? He points at his gold necklace, bearing the symbol of Avadon. Hanva's council, rulers of the Pact. It drove Redbeard out of Avadon. The Black Fortress was given to me until his needless war ends. Before he left, he gave this necklace to me. What is it? It was his. It's a badge of office. It marks me as the Keeper of Avadon. It shows that, even in his incoherent rage, Redbeard knew that the decision was correct. His time was past. It is time for him to rest. To be welcome here, you have to acknowledge my position, as Redbeard did. If you don't, I will deal with you, and I will be as harsh as Redbeard would. So Redbeard gave that to you? Yes, he presented it to me before he stepped into a portal and fled. He is not entirely without a sense of duty. He knew I had to have authority to rule. Oh, and yes, I did have it examined. It bears no magical trap or enchantment of any kind. I am no fool. The Keeper has to have a necklace? Of course not. When I take it off, I'm still Keeper. Well, acting Keeper. Still symbols important. Symbols are important. Never neglect that. Whatever you wear, Redbeard is the true master of Avadon. It's not my place to choose the Keeper. I only follow my orders. You are the Keeper here, and I will not cause trouble. Protoss nods. Good. Then come. I will guide you out of these dank catacombs and into the glory of the Black Fortress. He turns and walks to the stairs out of the catacombs. Quest. The Black Fortress. Da können wir aber auch wieder was verdecken. Okay. You pass 2 matched guard posts. In more peaceful times, an honor guard is stationed here, watching the famous corpses below. Now, except for a couple of poorly maintained turrets, the place is abandoned and in ruin. You've heard that Avadon is struggling to repair itself, but those efforts have not reached down here yet. Da liegt eine Razordisk. Deep Records. These chambers are for record storage. The most precious of the intelligence gathered by the eyes of Avadon is kept down here, saved for future reference or blackmail. However, a fire has destroyed most of it. Protoss looks at the piles of ash and debris and shakes his head. So much knowledge wasted, lost, under Redbeard's gaze, of course. And the fire, Avadon lost much of its memory. Isn't it a mess? How did this disaster happen? Nobody knows. Can you believe it? Redbeard left no guards. Some spy just snuck down and set a fire. The former keeper just didn't pay attention to detail. It was bad in the floors above. I have restored a lot of it, but you will still see much evidence of Redbeard's incompetence. It's not incompetent, but I'm sworn to follow him. You think you could have prevented the attack? That's why I'm taking a few precious minutes to talk to you. You need to know what is happening here, and the true seat of power. And that is, Anvar's council is helping. Anvar's council is helping Avadon again. We are getting gold, conscripts, public support. They wouldn't help Redbeard, but they do help me. Avadon is being restored, and the cost is low. What is the cost for the restoration? First, you are no longer above the law. We can't do what we want, when we want. We can't kill anyone we want. We can't kill anyone we want, yeah. We are still very powerful, but we have to live by the same laws everyone else does. This is the first cost. And the second cost? The old way of replacing keepers was barbaric. New keepers will now be chosen every 10 years. The servants of Avadon will choose, and Hanvar's council can veto the choice. How were keepers replaced before? You became keeper by assassinating the old keeper. Gruesome, barbaric, and foolish. That is how Chimerians act. The law is the law, Redbeard is keeper. We have to do what is best for the pact. Redbeard must be replaced, whatever the law says. Ja, nehmen wir das. Redbeard must be replaced. Maybe you tell the truth, and maybe you are lying. Doesn't matter. Eventually, I will expect you to swear loyalty to me. When that time comes, if you refuse, you will be my enemy. That is all I have to say. Do what you need to. Just remember the main rule. What's the main rule? You are in Avadon. I am keeper here. Obey the law. No violence. Unless you are defending yourself. No theft. No spying for a rogue keeper. Get what you need and go. Protoss steps aside. And welcome home. Da werden wir uns hier mal in unserem Zuhause umsehen. Diederich. Wom, 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 wom. Deep Records, da geht's hoch. Die kann man nicht anklicken. Okay. Die kann man alle ticken. Aha. Construction worker. I'm concentrating. Door. The tunnels below were crumbling and abandoned. This floor, on the other hand, is a bustling construction site. Workers are hauling around bricks and mortar, and this woman is directing the work. She doesn't bear the mark of Avadon. She is one of the many civilians who work here, doing the mundane work of keeping Avadon running. They don't get the power, but they don't have the gruesome responsibilities either. When she sees you, she bows. Greeting hands, I am Dory. I'm running the repairs on this floor. Wait, you came from the north. I didn't see you pass. How did you get down there? None of your business. I'm sorry, Hand. I know it isn't my place to ask. I only want to help. I need some information. Of course, Hand. If you need help or directions, please ask. How do I get to the rest of Avadon? The kiln points to the south. Go up the stairs here, there. You'll be in the deep cells. We haven't repaired them yet. We are waiting for the pests to be cleaned out. Go east, but stay close to the south wall. You will find the stairs out. What do you think of Protoss? Do you prefer Redbeard? I have no opinions, none at all. I only care about this. She holds out her schematics and diagrams. Avadon has more money now? I don't know about the politics. I think the Pact wanted Avadon to follow their orders. In return, Avadon gets more gold. I don't care, I'm just a builder. What are you building? Cells, some sort of prisoner storage. With the war, prisoners are being brought for questioning. All the time. They need to be stuck somewhere. There are monsters? Some. The dungeons were really neglected. Keeper Protoss wants them all driven out. We're happy about it. Another question. What's going on? You walk with Dory as she keeps the repair work going. She walks around consulting blueprints and giving orders. You walk with her, impressed by how quickly the work is going. What's going on here? We are repairing these cells. There are no monsters here, so this is where we started. Avadon just got a lot of gold and Protoss is spending it to repair the fort. A lot of the work is overdue, I'm afraid. Okay. Anything I can do for you? No, Hands. I wouldn't dare to waste your time. Also, I can't afford your help. Na gut. Construction Worker. Da haben wir noch ein Guard und da liegen ein paar Bögen, die wir mitnehmen und verkaufen können. So. Red Raider, okay. Gut, die werden wir wohl sicherlich noch alle umbringen. Suppression Turret. Klick-Klack. Ein Schalter. Na, ist ja toll. Haben wir jetzt viel durchgewonnen. Oder gab es hier noch einen Schalter? Ne. Deep Cells. Aha. Boah, die kriegen wir auch so kaputt. Quatsch. Und der letzte noch. Kann natürlich sein, dass wir eventuell hier gleich mit den Begleitern runtergehen und das einfacher wird. Da ist jedenfalls sonst nix. This floor is full of cells, all abandoned and crumbling. At first, you aren't sure why all of the workers downstairs aren't doing repairs here. Then you look down the hall and see the stains and tracks. A bunch of beasts have escaped and are wandering around this floor. Avadon hasn't been able to spare warriors to clean them out yet. You can see them wandering in the shadows, kind of lost. Their time in the darkness has left them mostly blind. You might be able to evade them with care. Your hair stands on end for a moment. You feel a tingling sensation. For a moment, you are in the presence of weak magic. You try to figure out what caused it. Then you check the letter you got from Redbeard. It has changed. A new sentence has appeared. Ilaria needs to be freed from the Avadon dungeons. Do this. That is all. The directions are clear, but there isn't a lot of extra information. Okay, wir gehen einfach erstmal hoch. You finally reach the main floor of the dungeons. There is a network of cells just ahead, full of prisoners fresh from the front. Guards patrol everywhere, looking for signs of unrest. Lots of shouting and complaining. These cells are high security. They've been reserved for the most dangerous and valuable prisoners. The people here go to the front of the line for intense magic-aided interrogation. Dungeon guard. I want to go home. Mal mit dem reden. A prisoner with thick black hair and a full beard sits in a chair vacantly staring at the wall. He is dressed in the hide armor typical of a Wildroom rebel officer. He turns to you when you approach. Oddly, he seems happy to see you. I'm Imre. Am I free? Will you take me home? His expression is not normal, much too childlike. Why do you think I'm here to free you? He is confused by your question. She said I was done. He shudders slightly. No more questions. I should go home now. He gets up and walks toward the door. One of the nearby guards steps in his way and gently guides him back to his seat. Who questioned you? He slows to answer you. The scary woman, Lavon. First, I didn't want to talk. That made her mad. They laid me down. They whispered to me. Then I talked. She was happy with me after. Still scary. She said, I can go home soon. Are you here to take me? He gives you a look of hope and trust. Imre seems broken. He acts nothing like the proud and stoic Wildroom rebels you've encountered. I'm sorry, I'm not here to take you home. Oh, goodbye then. He ignores you and goes back to staring at the wall. Ja. I'm innocent, das sagen sie alle. Gehen wir erstmal hier unten noch weiter erkunden. When can I go home? Aha. Das können wir lockpicken. Na, machen wir das mal. Na, aber hallo. I need some soldiers. Brasula. There's a tall Tavernite woman sitting at this table. Once she was an elegant noblewoman, and the redly dress was originally fantastically expensive. Then she spent years down in this dungeon, and it's wore her down. Now she's sitting at this table, skinny and shaking. She's surrounded by piles of paper. She's writing letters in a shaky hand. When you approach, she stands and bows. Greetings, Hand of Avadon. I am Envoy Brazula. I am from the tavern, but I mean no harm to the pact. I promise it, truly. You are from the tavern? I am. Her eyes grew distant. I haven't been there for many years. It's hard to remember things. I haven't left Avadon since the Age of Chaos began. I'd like to know more about your land. I'm sorry, Hand. I haven't been there for so long. I don't know what I can say. I don't know what the war has done. It's a beautiful country, though. I have another question. Envoy Brazula sits at the table and sips from a wooden cup of water. Pardon me, Hand. I still have many letters to write today. Her pen scratches across the paper as she talks to you. I will help you any way I can. Are you a prisoner here? She sets down her pen for a moment and rubs her hand. She looks very small and old. A prisoner? I am not sure. They put me here. I am a hostage, I think. They put me here, questioned me when the Age of Chaos began. They had me write letters. That's what I've been doing. What crime did you commit? I'm not sure. Redbeard sent me here. I am a Tavernite. You are at war with us. And that might be all. Her words are barely a whisper. Whatever the reason was, I'm sure it's just. When will you be freed? Acting Keeper Protoss came here to see me, personally. He said that I could go home when the Tavern Empire surrenders. That's why I write the letters. I'm helping. What do you think of Acting Keeper Protoss? She shudders. He has been kind to me. I think he will be just. Please don't make me say more. I can't make anyone here angry. I have another question. What are you doing with all those letters? They are addressed to people in the tavern, merchants and lords, anyone with wealth or influence. I am urging them to make peace with the pact. I was a noble once. My family is known. I might have some influence. Does it work? I don't know. I'm not told what's happening in the tavern. I think the letters arrive. Your people think you're a traitor? Yes. Yes, I'm sure they do. I'm not given any messages from them, but I think that is probably a mercy. If the war ends and they execute me, at least it will be at home. How are your letters delivered? Hands come by before... Hands come by before they go northeast. I say where the letters go and they take them. Avadon's agents are everywhere, except... She holds up one scroll and shows it to you. This is going to a band of raiders camped near the Temple of Veluza. Dozens of hands have looked at it, none have taken it. Could you take this copy in case you're ever there? I can write another in case you can't. I can take the letter. She gives it to you with a trembling hand. It's the Temple of Veluza. The raiders' camp is somewhere nearby. That is what the eyes told me. Just deliver it. Maybe the temple can tell you where the raiders are. Thank you, Hand. If you help me, it will please my keepers. I have another question. Oder auch nicht. Despair in the dark. Quest. Despair in the dark. A Tavernite noble named Envoy Brazula is being held in the Avadon dungeons. She's been down there for a long time, writing letters to her people, asking them to submit. She gave you a letter and told you, if possible, to deliver it to a band of Tavernite raiders. They can be found near the Temple of Veluza. Guards. Und da haben wir Text. This book is for the taking of notes during interrogations. The sheets of the journal are dense with names, dates and lists of questions and answers. None of the records seem relevant to your current work. Naja, da konnte man, glaube ich, vorher diese Kriegerin dran stellen und dann ist die ein bisschen geistesabwesend gewesen oder hat gesagt, ich will nicht. Bring in the next load. Avadon. You meet the most terrifying woman in Luneos. She doesn't need to introduce herself. She is Avadon, Chief Interrogator and Master of the Avadon Dungeons. Happily, she's in a good mood. She's very busy. Prisoners are being brought in and tied to stone tables. Lavon's trained eyes are spells to peer into their minds. The prisoners moan, shudder, and submit. If it is a disturbing sight, You look away. The eye notices you and starts to walk over. Then you hear screaming. An ogre being secured to a table is broken loose, punched a young sage in the face, and made a run for it. Guards are hanging from him, trying to slow him down. I'll help. Help. As you run up to the ogre, several of the guards pull truncheons from their belts. The result is sudden, dramatic, and gruesome. You deliver a few well-packed place kicks and punches. The unconscious ogre is brought to the table and secured. Lavon walks up to you, not wasting time with introductions. You are Kordanor, yes? I was told you'd be passing through. I am Lavon. Welcome to Avadon. Keep moving. Don't bother the prisoners. Don't need any escapes. Who were you just wrestling? She looks over at the ogre, who is slowly regaining consciousness. An eye prepares some pacification spells. Soon the ogre will be eager to say everything he knows about everything. Lavon says, he was just brought from Goldcrag. There's a lasting stalemate there. We'll find out if the Warborn have weaknesses in the defenses. Then we'll take him back to Goldcrag and dump him there. What is this place? This is our interrogation hall. Prisoners are brought here for questioning. It's small and dirty, and we don't have near enough capacity for the need. Still, we do what we can. Who brings the prisoners to you? You do. Brave hands, out in hostile lands. The prisoners you bring are treasures. They are weapons that point at the heart of the enemy. Who is in charge here? Me. Happily, I need to do little. I get the best of the eyes, and I train them well. I have another question. Lavon stomps around the interrogation chamber, shouting at her underlings and checking every crystal, bed, and shackle. Every few minutes she shouts, "Speed, people! Precision, efficiency, and speed! Don't you know there's a war on?" You are the interrogator? Sometimes. Prisoners are only honored by my direct attention if they are really tough. I mainly watch over my underlings. I train them. They are good at questioning. How does it work? First, we secure the prisoner. Then, a series of spells are cast, weakening resistance and softening the mind. Soon, they say everything they know. They know they are betraying everything they love, and they can't help it. It is horrible for them. That is harsh. Of course, they deserve it. They are enemies of the pact. Can anyone do it? Lavon is offended. Of course not. The mind is incredibly delicate. To subjugate it utterly requires patience and a delicate touch. No clumsy hedge wizard can do our work. Does it affect the prisoners permanently? Yes, they are always a bit slow and confused afterwards. Functional, but fuzzy. However, I don't always think it's the treatment that does it. I think it's just being overwhelmed by shame, because they totally betrayed anyone and anything they ever loved. Does anyone ever resist? All the time. They always are broken eventually. We do have limits though. For example, we recently found that we can't break infernals. We were brought one named Punkar. We couldn't affect it at all. We had to store it in a central cave. I have another question. I need some information. I'm sure you do. Marmora is the best guide for visitors. You can find him in the intake hall to the west. She returns to her work. More prisoners come from the war every day. Okay, das letzte noch. I want to talk about a prisoner named Imre. Who? She checks a list from her pocket. Ah, you mean Captain Imre. A tough case, that one. He had some training in mental resistance. I had to personally break him. Why do you ask about him? He seems totally broken. She lets out a derisive snort. Captain Imre is a rebel traitor. He fought and killed many pact soldiers. He even bragged about it. He was especially proud of personally killing 2 hands, trust me. What I did to him was a mercy compared to what he did to them. How is breaking his mind a mercy? She frowns at your continued questioning. Our methods are not just reliable, but also humane. Little physical harm. It is for the best in his case. You see, he was very exact in his descriptions of how he killed those hands. It was gruesome. He deserves to be executed. However, thanks to me, he will probably not remember any of the war. He has regained his innocence, so yes, I consider it a mercy. Now, excuse me, I have much work to do. Conversation ends. Eye Inquisitor. This eye is concentrating on the prisoner on his table. You watch the interrogation. The eye is casting a long series of fast, precise spells designed to break down the resistance of the prisoner. The prisoner twists back and forth and moans. The spells are being temporarily resisted. She's dead. It's alright. She lived. Calm down. They have gone west. Calm down. This prisoner is chained to the table and being questioned. The eye waves you away. The process is delicate, and you could easily mess it up. This book is for the taking of notes during interrogations. The sheets of the journal are dense with names, dates, and lists of questions and answers. None of the records seem relevant to your current work. Gut, dann I submit. It's alright. He's dead. Das ist dasselbe wieder. Surrender. I submit. Inquisitor, Prisoner, Inquisitor. Okay. Gut, dann werde ich hier auch erstmal wieder speichern und einen Schnitt machen. Und dann werden wir uns das beim nächsten Mal weiter anschauen hier. Also, bis dann!